Hi, Nice back here, and I've got another inbox review for you. And today we're going to be looking at Trumpeter's Hind D, so the Mi-24. This is basically a shrunk down version of their 35th one, I believe it is. But it looks lovely. It's got loads more detail than the Fezda one. It's got rivets, it's got an interior, it's got, it looks absolutely fantastic, what I've seen anyway. Comes in with two markings, a Polish one, which is quite boring, and a Russian one, as you can see just there. I'll be doing neither of those. I've got a decal set, which when I come to build this, we'll have a look at. And as you can see, it's actually got some weapons and stuff like that in there. So what I'll do, I'll get you onto the overhead and we'll get cracking. So normal Trumpeter Hobby Boss type instruction. You can see we've just got, there's no bump on the aircraft. It's just a read before assembly. So, tell you what tools you'll need. We then go into the sprue map. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grey sprues, some decals, a little thread of P, and your clear parts. So straight in, we're building a cockpit. You've got your seats going in. This has got seats for the interior back here. Okay, we're then going on to the floor of the cockpit where we're adding different consoles in there for the rear and the front seats going in with the control yokes, some rear bulkheads, before we move on to start building part of the engine. So you can just see it there. We then go back to the actual cockpit and put a sidewall in. Okay, a bulkhead. We've got the seats going in, some rear bulkheads going in for the cargo or the passenger compartment. We've got the roof of the cargo compartment going on with these little sort of like bracings. Those engine parts that we've built, they then go in. You don't get an engine with this kit, I don't think, but we'll soon see. The rear bulkhead of the crew compartment. We then look at putting that's the nose wheel on. So you can see we've got the nose wheel going into the main bay. We've then got, these are the rear undercarriage bays going on. And as you can see, it tells you to make a few holes before these get put into their parts. We've got the nose cannon going on there. It's like a chain gun, I believe. I'm not 100% certain. Before we start adding parts for the actual rotor, just there. We've then got a door that goes on. We've got the cowl that goes over the engine area. So, yep, no engines going in. Not that it bothers me because I won't be showing them. We've then got the winglets going on with the pylons for the stores. What part's that bit? That looks like it's another part of the nose. We've got the two sort of like bug eye engine covers. Main wheels going in. Then all these parts then go together. We have the winglets going on. We've got the tail rotor going on. Before we move on to the belly, yes, so that bit we built before is for the under the nose. Some more little odds and sods going in, tails going on, the skid in case it goes tail down. Before then we start looking at the weapons for this. So we've got make 4 of these big rockets that go on the winglets, and we've got 2 of these little rockets on there. Then we've got the main road head going together before we add that to the aircraft with all the clear parts, and then where to put all the stores. Simple as that. Okay, we've got our colour call out. So A, like I said, it's Polish, And we've got Mr. Hobby, Accrington, Vallejo, Model Master, Tamiya and Humbrol paints. And then we've got our Russian one just there. So I like this. They've put a little bit to protect some of the parts, so I'm going to gently see if I can take this off. If not, I'll just rip it off and put some tissue over it to protect it, so it's going to come apart in half instead of all as one, like a numpty. There we are. So I'll just put that to one side for a minute. So that bit on there was to protect the bottom of that seat. So turn it the right way around. So we've got all the little parts here. We've got doors, we've got seats. I don't know whether that looks like it could be part of a cushion, because it's very similar to that. So you've got the padding on there, so you can see it's all padded with cushions. We've got the dials already on there, part of the rotor head, some bulkheads for the actual wheel bay, and the bulkheads for the cockpit as front wheel bay, lacking some detail, so you could add some extra parts in there. And that's basically that sprue. Next sprue, there are two of these, so I'll just take one out. We have rotors. So we have 6 rotors in total. Okay, we've got our wheels, so 2-piece, but not a lot of tread, so easy to get sort out. We have our loadouts, our nose wheel. Is it no wheel? Is it small? Yeah, that's our nose wheel, our main wheels. Okay, again, some nice rivet detail, some raised detail, some recessed detail. All these rockets are all drilled out. The bigger ones are, but I don't know whether they have a little socket going there, but I don't think so. So they, or whether they are actually like that, so solid. Turn it over. Nothing on the back side. Might have to get rid of, just sand these and get some pin marks down just to make things going together a little bit easier. Next up, we've got the cockpit floor with the actual cockpit and the cargo area. We've got the upper and lower winglets, the tail rotor, all one piece, which I think that's rather nice actually. We've got the main rotor, and then we've got some of the roof and the engine cover. Okay, so I'll start over here. Some really nice rivet detail. Okay, going on there, one of the doors. Moving on to the nice fabric textured sort of detail on the, or the padding detail on the roof. Some nice rivet detail on the rotor and on the tail. The pylons are really well molded, really crisp. Again, with nice panel lines and nice rivet detail. Moving on to these winglets, and again, really crisp, no real soft detail, though the plastic does look a little bit soft. I like how these are all molded as one part. Okay, there might be just a little bit of sanding to get rid of the bearing from the two, where the two molds join together, and then into this cargo area and the cockpit area. So you can see we've got some nice rivets going along and panel lines to pick up and wash nicely. So they're just parts of the rear bulkhead that goes into the main cargo area, I believe. The main rotor, okay, it's done really well, really nicely. So it's 2 parts, so that part will go on there. Okay, so you can see we've got some nice raised rivets. The main rotor looks really nice actually. Don't build many helicopters because of this, but because of the main rotors and all that sort of stuff can be a bit complicated. But the way it looks really simple to actually put together. So here's hoping. Finally, for the main sprue through, we have this massive, as you can see, so this is going to be nearly 40 centimeters long, and then you've got the big massive rotors on there. But wow, look at that detail on there. So we've got double and triple rivet lines, all in the right places, so you don't need to get any raised rivet detail sets for this. If for whatever reason, you know, when you're sanding it, you'll be able to replace these fairly easy. Hopefully you can see some of that nice detail on the fuselage there on both sides. That nose or chin cover just there, and other bits and pieces. So that's the cushions for in the cockpit, in the cargo area. We've got our main undercarriage bays, our chain gun just there, and some of the cockpit parts, which again looks really nice, both of those. No detail inside, because you're going to build all the detail up when you actually build the internals. You know, the cockpit goes in there, it's got the walls and what have you, and you've got your cargo area there. Again, you should have bits and pieces, but you might want to have a look, see whether you can see some of these pin marks through it. Okay, I don't think there are actually any walls, so to speak, there, so they might need to be dealing with when you come to actually build this, but it shouldn't be unsurmountable. Next, we've got the clear parts in some bubble wrap. Check it out and have a look. They are crystal clear, though there is a seam line, quite a big one actually. You can actually get my nail caught up in it. Okay, it runs from there all the way down, so you're going to lose potentially some of this detail back here, but the rest of it is really nice and clear. No major issues with that other than that seam line. We have our little bit of photo etch, and then we have our decals, which I'm just going to open these up. Oh, tape as well. There we are. So the decals look really nice for all the cockpit. We've got the markings and all the bits and pieces like that. So that's Trumpeter's 1/48 scale Mi-24D Hind. Looks really nice kit. Plenty of plastic there. I mean, I think the only downside, these can retail for about £80, so they are a lot on the steep side, but you do get a lot of detail there, though not a lot of plastic, but there's not really that much to it. I'd want a bit more maybe on the inside, in the cargo area, but you know, it's not too bad. With this one, I haven't really got to get any extras like a rivet set or, you know, an interior set for the cockpit. I can do if I want, but I can't. But you can see this is cheap as maybe £55–60, and if you can find it at that price, it's an ideal kit to build for that price. It's really nice, and it's a good chunky old thing as well. Anyway, that's it from me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.